All right, we are live now. Hey,
Hello,
everybody
hello.
for joining us, and Shawn Ballas from Budget Blinds. Thank you so much for joining today and taking 10, 15 minutes out of your day to kind of talk about your company and let everybody know what you guys do.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'd
thank
like
you.
to hand it over to you and tell us a little bit about Budget Blinds and your family.
Yeah, so like Stephanie said, my name's Shawn Ballas. My dad's George Ballas, and my mom's Sunday Ballas. I also, my wife Sonia is with us as well. And yeah, we're a family-owned small window covering company. We are a franchise, so luckily that gives us a little better buying power and ultimately better warranties to service the blinds and take care of stuff that we put in.
That's great. So you have the backing of the franchise behind you because I know your family personally, but as a person out there that's needing window coverings, they see Budget Blinds, they think big corporation. It's a franchise, but you guys are family owned.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. And I'm still the one that's going out to the sales calls and still doing the installs right now. And when you call our office, again, it's Sonia, my wife. My dad occasionally pops in and out of the office, so you might catch him. But yeah, yeah.
And how long have you guys been in business? Has the family owned the business?
So we're going on 10 years right now. So we're chugging along, thankfully.
Okay, good, good, good. And I know just because I worked with you guys and I've turned over some of my clients that have bought in brand new homes, new construction homes, obviously need a ton of window coverings. And I take that serious because I hold my clients dear and I've handed them over to you and they've been nothing but thrilled with you guys. So I could attest to that.
Yeah, yeah, yes, ma'am. Yeah, and I mean that's the big thing that we try to do to separate us from, bigger box store, Home Depot and Lowe's stuff like that is we're a little more personal. I always like to tell my customers when we do business with each other, it's almost like a relationship. It's a marriage. We're married to them. We're not only gonna put something up for you, but if you have problems in the future, we're gonna be there to take care of it, which sometimes isn't as easy to get with the bigger box stores because it's not as intimate.
Absolutely. And I've seen you with clients, and I'm going to toot your horn a little bit here, but you really take care of them, especially when you're moving into a new construction. They have so many decisions to make, and then they come in, they don't even really know where to get started. Do you talk a little bit about what you do, like in-home consultations? How much does that cost? How much time does it take? Kind of walk through that a little bit.
Yeah, and actually, it's a great question. Probably one of the biggest things people say when they call is the first appointment free? And yeah, you bet, it's all free. And we come out, get all the measurements of the windows, and in new homes, especially when you're moving and you're just trying to get things settled in. It's when you're inviting us into your home, I feel like it's important to take a step back, really listen to what they're telling us. And then another big thing with new homes too is a lot of times there's nothing in the windows, and maybe you can't cover all the windows at once. You do one at a time, but something we offer for new homes when you're moving is a temporary shades, just something to ease your mind, give you some privacy while you make your decisions on what you're going to put in, and wait for a product if you end up ordering something.
I'm glad you brought that up because I actually had a couple of people recently, and I didn't even know you guys did that, and they were afraid to be living like in a fishbowl, especially like at nighttime. Everybody could see in their house, and you guys offered the temporary shades. They were really thrilled with that. And with COVID and everything, are things taking a little longer to come in still?
Unfortunately, they are. They are. Shutters are mainly taking the longest. Some of the kind of core products, horizontal blinds, shades, those are getting back to normal, but you're still looking at about 2 to 3 weeks turnaround on a normal window covering. A shutter right now, we're still, anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. So yeah, it's tough. But when we are coming into homes too, we are making sure, wearing masks and all that good stuff. So
Yeah,
we're just kind of flowing along just like everyone else.
being safe and
Yeah.
the protocol and getting your job done. When you're talking about shutters, you talking about plantation shutters?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about new construction, which you've done several of those for me, for my clients. Hey, so you have people that have been in their house 5, 10, 15 years, whatever, they're doing a new change. I see a lot of people doing changes, especially in the last year because they're stuck at home and they're going to Home Depot and they're repainting and they're redecorating, and they want new window coverings. How do you guys do all sorts of windows, even the odd shaped ones? Talk a little bit about all that stuff, including maybe like the financing, if you guys offer that.
Yeah. So another big question that we get a lot of is, will you guys come out for just one window? And you bet. Doesn't matter if it's one window, the whole house, doesn't matter at all. And yeah, we are going to carry stuff to cover any shape window. Arch windows are a big one right now in new construction. You're seeing a lot of arch windows being put in. We can cover standard rectangles, squares, trapezoids. We can do circles. Anything that I can make a template for, pretty much we can get a window covering for. Another big thing we're seeing in some of the new construction, especially, is these high windows where they're a little bit difficult to get to, and we can do motorization. We can motorize any standard window covering along with shutters. Now we're actually authorized and motorized shutter dealer through Norman. So that's pretty cool as well.
Oh, that is cool. Yeah. So those high windows, even if you have plantation shutters, you could have some sort of mechanism on them to have them switch throughout the day.
Yeah, open and close. And we can do something that's on a timer that goes with the sun. You can still use a remote, anything like that.
That's awesome. So people, even if they have one window or a full house, you guys will come out, take care of them. To do a whole house, or if they're redoing a house, obviously window treatments can be pretty expensive. Do you guys do any sort of financing, or how does that get handled?
Yeah, so right now we don't have any in-house financing. It is something we're working on. It's something a little bit harder to get for our home improvement area, but we take any major credit cards, and then we try to break the payment up a little bit as far as getting kind of a half of it as a deposit. Wait those few weeks for your product to come in. Once we install everything, break it up a little bit. But right now we don't have any in-house financing, but definitely take all credit cards for sure.
Okay. So I have this asked a lot, and I just send everybody over to you guys, right? If they want to say they get a quote and they have 20 windows, 25 windows, and they know they want to get it all done, but they just want to do it in chunks. You kind of touched on that. Maybe they'll do a couple windows at a time, something like that. Do you guys offer that, and how long is the quote good for?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of an interesting question. Typically, manufacturers are doing price increases like at the beginning of every year. So we try to keep it a little bit simple and say, once I write an estimate, it's good for 90 days. What we usually do once people break it up is, when you're ready to move on to the next phase, I just look over everything, see if the price has changed at all. If it has, kind of address it from there and move on. If we give estimates towards the end of the year, and then we move forward with something towards the beginning of the year, that's usually when prices are changing.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah. And a lot of times people don't really know what they want. They know they want window coverings. They don't really know what they want. Are you the one that comes in, brings your books, go over all the different options, colors, all that sort of stuff? Do you do it all?
You betcha. Yeah. And we carry all our samples in our van. We're actually working right now on getting hooked into an app where we can, see, kind of visualize more in your home what certain products will look like. As technology is advancing, some of these companies are coming out with cool little apps that we can do, like room simulators. But we definitely have pictures. And of course, I have pictures of installs that we've done and all that kind of good stuff as well.
Yeah, that would be good to see, like the before and after, because I've seen it because I work with you guys all the time. But to see some of that before and after, maybe next time we do an interview, we can pop some of those pictures up and show everybody.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Now, let's switch gears a little bit. You do talk about residential. Obviously, that's most of the base of people that we are working with in the community. But do you guys also do commercial for those people that are in those buildings?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So a lot of times there's, even in our commercial building, there's blinds that are here. And sometimes when you're moving in and out of commercial buildings, the blinds aren't always in good working order. So we definitely service them, and we definitely, sell to commercial buildings. Again, that almost falls into the aspect of those specialty windows. They tend to be pretty high, and they're also usually looking for stuff that's pretty durable, right? To be around employees and stuff like that. So yes, ma'am, we have commercial solutions.
Okay. So another question for you, because you guys are family owned and you guys are all working there, and now your wife's there, which is awesome. Keeps you on track, right?
That's right. Keeps me in line.
I love it. How what's the territory you guys cover? I know you're located in Santa Maria, but how far out do you go?
Yeah, that is actually a great question. So I know we always say budget blinds of Santa Maria, and that confuses some people. So we cover Santa Maria, the Guadalupe homes out there, Lompoc, and then the San Ynez Valley. So Los Alamos, Buellton, Solvang. So we basically cover from Santa Maria Bridge down to San Ynez, Lompoc, Guadalupe included.
Okay. All right. So, uh, sad to say, but if you're like in Napomo, you guys can't stretch over the bridge and do Napomo. Is that in somebody else's territory?
Yeah, that's in someone else's territory, but the franchise up there they're great people and they'll take care of you as well.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. So then as I'm working with you or anybody watching this video, they'll know who they could call. You're in Santa Maria, Guadalupe, Lompoc, Buellton, San Ynez, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good area. We touched on the COVID. You guys come in and you wear masks and gloves and everything when you're in the house because some people are real, a little loose on it, and other people are really, really strict. People are concerned with people coming in their house right now.
Oh yeah. So, of course, we kind of just follow along with whatever certain people are comfortable with. I carry all our gear with us, our masks, gloves. I have shoe covers as well that we can put on. And then we're making sure we're keeping all our samples clean since ultimately we are taking them in and out of people's houses. So we're making sure to keep those nice and clean and since people are handling them. But yeah, we're taking the precautions. It's a scary thing for people. So we understand it.
It's definitely been a marathon. The 2 weeks we were going to shut down is now turned into a year. So yeah. We have our procedures down pretty good now at this point.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so last question for you, because people ask me this all the time. Do you guys have a storefront? Can they go in and look at the samples, or what's the best way if they're barely getting their feet wet in this and they kind of just are browsing, trying to figure things out? What do you guys do for that?
Yeah, so right now we unfortunately don't have a storefront where people can come into. We may have something like that in the future. So we're still all in home, we once you call, we get you on a schedule. We try to get you in within a reasonable time period. I try to say within a week or so we can get out to get an estimate to you. But right now, no storefront, but we're working on it.
Well, no, that's fine. I know some people say, well, I don't want to bother them because I don't want them to come out to the house because I'm just starting. I just want to look. Sometimes people are almost afraid to call because they don't want to bother you, but really that's what you prefer is
and that's what we do. That's what we do. I'm a people person. I love coming into people's houses, helping them out if they're looking for ideas, but I'm also not a very pushy person. I also love to just hear what people are looking for and show them what they're looking for ultimately, because I know being a consumer myself, sometimes that kind of pressure aspect, even having someone in your house standing there while you're looking at samples it's a little daunting to some people. And for me, I'm really laid back, kind of like to step back when I can tell people need their space to look at stuff. And on occasion, if we set up certain little parameters, we can leave a sample or two with someone so they can look at it for a day or two, then schedule something to pick it up really quick. But we're easy. We just try to work around whatever that particular person that calls is looking to do. And the big thing is we're no pressure. If you decide to buy with us, that's awesome, right? But if we don't have something that you're looking for, I don't ever want to force something that they're not looking for, right?
No, you guys are awesome. You're awesome. I've had clients tell me that, I kind of turn it over to you and then I circle back to them to see if everything's going well. And everybody has pretty much said the same thing. Hey, he's brought us a lot of good information. He's helped us with this, gives us time to think about it. Not pressure, but very professional. So, I love your family and I love to support local businesses, and that's why we're doing this today. But really, I really have gotten a lot of positive feedback from the clients that have worked with you guys. And that's why I reached out to you and asked you to do this today, to kind of get you out there and your family out there. And anybody that has window covering questions or they're just starting, they know where to reach you.
Yeah, and call us. Any questions. My wife's great here in the office. Any little questions, even, we get a lot of calls about parts. We don't really carry parts, but she's got great, sources for you to look for the parts that, give you pictures and ideas. And we just try to say no question is a bad question,
Yeah.
because you don't know what you don't ask. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And supportive. We're all here to support each other, right? I mean,
that's right. That's
we're all
right.
part of the community. It's what makes us what we are. So,
Yes,
um,
ma'am.
okay, I'm going to end with this. I've asked you this before. What would be your message of hope to the community with the times that we're in?
Yeah. So, 2020 was pretty trying for everybody, for some people, and I think we're finally starting to see some sort of light at the end of that tunnel, right? And our small community, it's super important for all of us to just support each other, our neighbors, our friends, and thank you to everybody that supported us, and Stephanie, of course, and let's just stick together. Let's keep our energy high and our hopes high, and let's just keep riding it out to the end of 2021, right?
That's a good one. I like that. Well, thank you so much for taking your time today. I appreciate it. Hopefully we get the message out to anybody that's looking for window coverings. Obviously give Shawn a call at Budget Blinds, or your wife or your mom or your dad, whoever's
That's right.
answering the phone. I appreciate you taking the time today and doing this, Shawn.
No, thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate it. And anybody needs blinds, give us a call.
All right. Sounds good. I'll catch you later.
Thanks, Stephanie.
All
Bye.
right.